Hey, my name is Taylor Quinn, and I'm the owner of FilmSpire, which is a video production company. And I wanted to show off this really cool new piece of equipment that I purchased recently for my business to help me in my production. It is the Elgato Prompter. So it's this teleprompter that Elgato has created. It's really honestly been geared more towards, I'd say, um, people using webcams and wanting to use a teleprompter, maybe for their DSLR setup. Maybe they're a YouTuber or a streamer and they want to have a great teleprompter. And that's really kind of what I feel like it's been geared towards. Though it's also been a great teleprompter to use on video production needs. I can hang this teleprompter directly on my camera's lens and, have a feed from my computer to run a script so that my clients can read directly from a script while looking directly into the camera through the mirror and the lens of the teleprompter. But it got me thinking of another use case for the Elgato prompter. So one look that's really popular today in filmmaking and documentaries is when the subject is looking directly into the camera, right? They're not really looking off camera at an angle, but they're looking and speaking directly to the camera. Now, this is a great technique. It looks great to the viewer, but I think it can be really challenging actually for the subject because they're really having to look into a lens, directly into a lens and not a person. You might be able to conduct that interview, but tell the person you're interviewing to look straight into the lens. But I think that's a little challenging. And so, one thing that has come up in Hollywood throughout the years is a interesting piece of equipment called the Interrotron, which is a really kind of like funny word, but it's basically this mirror setup display that's get used so that the subject who's being interviewed is looking into the lens, but there's this two-way kind of crazy mirror configuration where you're also seeing the reflection of the interviewee in the lens through the Interrotron device. You can do this with LCD screens digitally. You can also use physical mirrors to do this. And there are devices you can purchase to do this, whether it's mirrors or using kind of displays. But the challenge is that they're rather bulky. And it often needs to be on its own tripod or stand, and it can be really cumbersome to use. There can also be issues with the lens choice you can use. But when I saw the Elgato prompter, it made me think, this could work as the perfect Interrotron option. So I wanted to show you my setup for how I just use this with an interview with a client. And it's a great setup. So I'm going to show you kind of my setup right now. So we've got a 2-camera setup here. We're filming on Panasonic cameras. And you can see here, this is the Elgato prompter. What's really nice about it, from what you can see, is it actually can be mounted directly onto the lens. So no need for a tripod underneath or some sort of stand. It'll hang directly onto the lens. It's actually really light, so it doesn't add a lot of weight. And what's nice about the Elgato prompter, as you can see, is it comes with this electronic display that you can connect directly to your laptop. So, for example, you could run a teleprompter software through it, so it works great. But what's great is it'll plug directly into my Mac, my computer. So you can see I've got my computer right here, and it's plugged directly into it right there. So what I have done is I've opened up on my computer Quicktime and opened up a new movie recording, so that now when I sit down and I've got QuickTime, I've dragged the window here into the teleprompter. See if I get this camera angle right? So it might be a little challenging to see, but it looks like I'm looking directly, when I look at my laptop on my camera, the camera on my laptop, it looks like I'm talking directly to the subject who's being interviewed. And now when I ask them questions, I'm engaging with them, they're looking at me and not a lens. And so this has been a really cool tool that I'm using and experimenting with. And it's the perfect ultimate lightweight setup for an Interrotron setup, so that when you're conducting interviews or documentaries, the person you're interviewing has a connection with the interviewee. So I just thought I would share this great use case scenario because I haven't seen this yet on YouTube or anywhere else to use the Elgato Prompter as a Interrotron setup. So it's great. The person I actually just conducted an interview with said it was a great experience. They were able to see my face, read my facial expressions, my facial cues to do this. And the look on my end on the backside was great. So I kind of just sat off in the corner with my laptop, and obviously they could hear me ask the questions, but the whole time while they're answering them, they're looking at me. So I'm giving them visual cues, and it's been a great experience. So if you are a filmmaker, a documentarian, and you're wanting that look where the interviewee where the subject is looking directly into the camera lens, I'd encourage you to check out the Elgato Prompter. Again, this probably isn't its traditional a use case scenario for it, and probably what it was really meant for, but it's been a perfect lightweight setup for me. So check it out. Maybe it'll work for you.